Phones on?
Yes, Dad.
Right. Welcome to Two Each Way. I'm Ross Stevenson. That bloke's Hamish McLaughlin. And whatever your two is, enjoy. Make sure you follow Two Each Way. Don't miss an episode. And email us any time with a story or question too. Now get on this. Get your pens out. You ready? Two Each Way at tappedmedia.com.au. Spelled T-A-P-T. Two Each Way at tappedmedia.com.au.
Naturally, T-A-P-T.
TAPT, reflecting the new ownership of 2GB, 3AW, 4BC, 6PR, and podcast, well, sponsorless podcasts like Two Each Way. Like, we get up and do out of the goodness of our heart because, like, not even, like, I don't know, a toilet roll company or anything, wants to be associated with us.
Not even a contra deal. Like, send us the water, 12 Mount Franklin waters. We'll give you a mention.
Yeah, or a free box of Quilton cleaner tissues. Quilton for the discerning hooter. Two Each Way brought to you by Cashless. When the podcast you're making doesn't have a sponsor, remember you're cashless. Or dead air. Life got you down with a lack of sponsors. You can always rely on dead air. Yes, this is a shameless approach for a sponsor. All right, it's just ridiculous. Two Each Way at tappedmedia.com.au. There are three ways to describe your weekend involving horse racing. Did fortune abandon you? Did you have a very good day? Or did you at least stand up? You ready for me to go? Because I'm about to give you, and I'll even throw, maybe even the listeners, maybe even Big Beard, but certainly you, Hamish McLaughlin, you will, I will do what ding for Ross. God bless the babysitter. Just dropped Lauren off now. Ding, 5 points. This is Ipswich, Wednesday, race 4, my horse, trained by Chris Waller, Captain Maverick.
300 left to run. Rod went for home on Rockya. Captain Maverick coming after it gamely. Wide around turn now. And Punjabi landing. Thundering up the centre of the track. Coming with his big finish. Short of 200 left to run. Punjabi landing out wide and Captain Maverick pair off.
Come on,
now
Mav.
they've got 50 to go.
Mav.
Punjabi landing and Captain Maverick. Punjabi landing. He's going home too well. And won by 3/4 from Captain Maverick.
Righto. I go home. 25 starts. 2 wins, 15 placings. Hamish McLaughlin. Chris Waller rang Hot Horse Herbie yesterday and said, what do you want to do with it? Keep racing or sell it? Hamish McLaughlin.
I'll buy.
No, please don't do that. I am never, ever doing that. That ain't happening. That's the one thing that is not happening. I'm not selling it to you. Question is, Hot Horse Herbie and I and Chris Waller will do whatever you say we should do. Do we keep him or do we sell him?
What's the in price? What did you buy for?
No idea.
What do you think you could sell for?
Oh, who would think? 10 grand?
It's making it harder without any information at all.
I got an idea.
Let's go to the listeners. We'll all have a percentage each. If you want to, this is what we're going to do. Any listener that wants a percentage, 1% of Captain Maverick, what are we going to price him at? 50,000, 100,000. Everyone buys in, and then all training fees forever. We'll win 100 grand back of this horse.
I'm really
no problemo.
I'm really regretting having even suggested that you be involved in the process. But I know Chris Waller respects you. Hot Horse Herbie respects you. I'll let you know what happens.
I know that both of those statements are bullshit. Hot Horse Herbie doesn't respect him. Neither does his partner Joe. And Chris Waller, I sent a text message to yesterday. I was on a walk called the Tour de Horse in the Hunter Valley. I was walking alongside of his stable representative, and alongside of her was Henry Field from Newgate. I sent a text message to he and Charlie Duckworth. Charlie responded back twice. I haven't heard from Chris Waller. So your statement of Chris respects you is not true. Okay. But I'll buy him. I'll buy him outright, and I will send him to Charlie Duckworth, the assistant to Chris. See what Charlie and I can do.
I think Chris actually wants to keep him. I don't know why.
I think keep him. You don't have a lot of horses running second in the city on a Wednesday. Keep him. Your horses are much slower than that.
Well, how are you going? How'd you go in geography at school? Ipswich is now the city, is it?
Well, it's got more than 10,000 in it.
Next, I don't even know what the third one is, Big Beard. Have you picked that for me? When we're going to Kalgoorlie, right?
Well, for starters, it's the second one. You said, I don't know what the third one is. It's the second one, and we've only got two.
On the running sheet, I don't know what the third one is. I suspect Big Beard's picked it for it. I texted it last night. I've been on the drink.
I don't even have a third one.
No. Here we go. These thoroughbreds, right? These are equine perfection, bred over centuries to refine them to be thoroughly bred, beautiful racing machines, the most beautiful animal on earth for hundreds of years, so that they get to the racetrack and race and win with an elegant name.
Inside the final 250, it's Marla's Melody being joined by Deeply Rooted. It's Deeply Rooted to hit the lead with 150 metres to run. Acoustic Bubbles down the outside, but this is all over. Deeply Rooted, nicely clear, goes on and wins the second.
There you go.
Jeepers creepers.
And Illawarra Grange, is this it? Race 2. And I sent you this, did I? Good on you. Let's go to Illawarra, race 2.
Going fast, hold my drink with Wonder Storm and What a Gent's pushing up in the early part. Then came Populism. Wawanelli's in the middle and out wide was Camilla's Knickers.
Camilla's Knickers?
Imagine a match race. We should organise that. Right, we get Kylie Rogers. We'll have a match race at Flemington. Camilla's Knickers takes on Deeply Rooted, right, in a match race.
It's a dead heat.
Yeah. It says here on my running sheet, Hame, 0.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add here, but what I do have is a horse running on Saturday. Remember, inverted commas, Franco Mignoni. We're using him as a stage name. He's a dentist in Adelaide. Can't show his face on the podcast. So he bought into the horse. Bella Blaze ran third. We watched that last week. It is entered. Race 1, Flemington, Saturday, $150,000 race. Race 2, the Trevor Clark Handicap. That's my grandfather's race. So I'm going to find myself probably at Flemington on Saturday with Franco, if he travels from Adelaide, watching Bella Blaze race 1. And then my mother, I assume, is doing the presentation of race 2. I say all of that because Mum always takes her favourite child of the moment to the Flemington races. I've not been called this year. So who do you reckon? No, he's like $38 to be favourite of the remaining 3. Banjo's $15. Always gives her lunch on the hill at Birregurra. Will always starts at about $1.03. Yeah, favourite. Accident, 4th child, 10 years younger than me. Mum knows which beach, what night, and when. Dad says he was there.
We have been working off although we don't do any work, but you know how the Straits of Hormuz are in the news at the moment, and we're compiling a top 7 straits of the world. And we're getting
Flemington.
down. Well, it's a question. It's a ding-dong battle as to whether the number 1 strait in the world is the Flemington Strait or the Straits of Malacca. So we're
Strait 6.
Oh, Strait 6. This is good.
What's the poker term when you go to
George Strait?
Straight as an arrow.
Song, Big Beard. Here we go. The challenge called Amarillo by Morning. George Strait.
Dire Straits.
Oh, Dire Straits. This is fantastic.
Straight as an arrow.
Here we go. 2 each way at tappedmedia.com.au if you want to add to the top 7 straits in the world. Can the Flemington Strait be beaten? Emails. A couple of weeks ago, I posed the question, what's the better horse, Ka Ying Rising or Black Caviar? So we posed the question to Craig Williams. His response, both. Oh, come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. It's not much fun when, he says, when I have had to chase those home in races. Well, he would have chased Ka Ying Rising. Oh, probably both in Hong Kong and in the Everest. Probably, Craig. Sam.
Did you hear the landline just go off?
Yeah.
What do I get for a landline going off?
Where are you?
I'm in Sydney borrowing someone's office because I've got to do a press conference in a moment to launch Team Australia, who are putting an America's Cup challenge in.
I reckon a landline's 20.
And a landline is, I think landline's just you win.
Yeah, I think.
I don't even have a landline in my life.
Well, I can't win on that basis because there's no landline in here, I don't think.
Let's go to the rarity of the
Sam says it's
Okay,
Friday
shit.
morning and I'm
Right
still
on.
a little devastated after the Hawks last night lost to Freo. But he says, I wasn't sure, Ross, if you picked up on Hamish's subtle tribute to Dennis Cometti last night with his line after Butler kicked a goal from the pocket in the first quarter. Here it is.
Box went up. Here's a little chance for Butler. He can finish. He does. Good service from the Butler.
Honouring Dennis Cometti, good service from the Butler. Now listen,
Good service from the Butler.
here's the next email. Simon writes, Grumpy, Hame, where has this grumpy thing managed to stick? I got the impression from something you filmed with Luke Hodge on the ground the other night that Luke listens and referred to me as grumpy. So this is
Yeah.
going to stick. He says, I've always
Have
had
you
an
met
uncle
yourself?
I always had an uncle that would put bets on with people and would take an extra 10% of the winnings. So essentially he took 60% if we went in together. I grew up thinking this is how it was done. To my surprise, when I tried this with my mates, they were not having any of it. So my question is, my uncle, smart, cheap, or a no good bloke?
I think A, B, and C.
I reckon A, B, and C.
I can't imagine taking an extra 10% off my niece or nephew.
We're going to nominate ourselves for an award. Last year, I think it was, on the 3AW Breakfast program, because when we took talkback one morning on the following, 133693, what does your uncle do? Uncles have got a head start on being amusing, don't you reckon? There's just something about them. Who's the first uncle who comes to mind in your life?
Uncle Ian, Dad's brother, and he's always been incredibly good to me, but he asked me to do something once. He was president of the SACA at the Adelaide Oval. He said, I want you to host this dinner for me. It's very important. It is reverse nepotism. I will not pay you a cent, so there can be no arguing that you're here on merit. So he's a good man. He played for Australia, actually, 12th man.
12th man.
Played a game, I think, with Cigarfield Sobers. I think I'm right in saying he hit 5 or 6 sixes in the over. He's kept watching the ball go over his head down to the fig tree.
One of the best things I've ever read was about your uncle, Ian. Ian McLaughlin was a member of Parliament, was he not?
Yep, Minister of Defence.
Yeah, Minister of Defence. In Don Watson's biography of Paul Keating, Don describes, because Don was a speechwriter to Paul Keating, he describes the day in Parliament that Paul Keating launched an attack on Ian McLaughlin, your uncle. And then Don wrote, so McLaughlin had a look on his face that said the last time he saw something like that, he shot it. It
That's
stuck with
great.
me. Phil
That is good.
says, Ross, I love the audio you played of the Arsenal crowd singing last week. It got me thinking, what song would you want the Hawks crowd singing after a win? Needs to be anthemic. Holy Grail is
That's
a
good.
cliche. It's already been done, Hunters and Collectors, hasn't it?
Pharrell Williams, Happy. You imagine you and Hot Horse Herbie and Ups. I'm so happy now.
Yeah. It's got to be slightly unusual. Off the top of my head, I really should have prepared and thought about it. But I've always liked the concept of big songs, of big songs. There's a song by Wizard called See My Baby Jive. I could imagine standing up there after a Hawthorn win singing See My Baby Jive. The start of it is huge. I think the start of it sounds a bit like, you need me to pad for you, big bit. Sound of it at the start, it sounds like a whirling sort of helicopter blade, and then it's just a big song, he said, in the hope that Big Beard will be able to get to it. Any luck, Big Beard? Slow internet. Well, I was talking to someone said this. The internet of recent times has been slow. Straight up the news. I could. What's your number? This started off the back of how many unread emails, texts, and messages that Hamish has unattended to. If you haven't prepared as you usually have it, I have.
I was at a dinner in Gundy on Tuesday, and Tina White, who I was sitting next to, looked at my phone and she goes, "Oh my God, I couldn't live like that." I said, "What's that?" She goes, "I saw how many messages you haven't got. I've got it's currently 263 text messages that I haven't responded to." She said, "I couldn't live like that." Anyway, as I always am, I'm prepared. The number is 43. I was doing some work this morning on this launch of Team Australia, which is going to be great call. Famous number 43. 43 years since John Bertrand and Ben Lexon and Bob Hawke gave one of the great one-liners in Australian sporting history, won the 7th race in the 83 America's Cup to break 132-year dominance of the Americans.
Alive?
43 years. I'm 50, so I was 7 in what we used to call the smoke room, which was where the TV was. Mum and Dad woke Gillen and I up, and it was one of the great moments. I fell in love that morning with Australian sport, that we could beat anyone, anywhere. I was introduced to men at work, and every time I hear Land Down Under since, I think of that morning when we won the 7th race after being down 3-1.
Was it John Radler or Damien Radler? I think they're both journos. The one who said, stand up, Australia." At the end, that was just one of the most remarkable. That might be the biggest Australian sporting story of my lifetime, I would think.
How old are you? Would have been 40, 45, 50 at the
I was
time.
about 50, I think, yeah. My number was an excuse to play one of my favourite sound grabs of all time as I look at Big Beard. We had a rumour on the rumour file on the breakfast program this morning that says that Marc Marquez, who's won 9 MotoGP titles, won't ride again because his body has succumbed to the many injuries he's had over the years. Plus, on the breakfast program, the last 2 days in the rumour file, we've had 9 calls, which is a lot. So it's merely
9.
Where would you? What would you give the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off out of 100 no round numbers?
102.
Yeah, it's just
my kids have it in their top 3 on the basis that on Friday night movie night we introduce them to a movie. Stand By Me and Ferris Bueller are their favourite 2 from yesteryear.
If you are a person listening who has a child, I'm looking at Big Beard, what's the launch age for Ferris Bueller's Day Off? 10, maybe?
10 months, anytime. Just get them straight into it. The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California. Less than 100 were made. It's just the best.
So, honouring Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'm going to say to the people who've got kids listening who are approaching that age, I'm jealous of you that you are about to have one of the great enjoyable things in your life, and that is to sit down and watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off with your children. How many times has Marc Marquez won the World MotoGP Championship?
9 times.
9 times?
9 times.
Isn't that funny?
The best.
The headmaster is 9 times. 9 times?
He's just leading you down that primrose path, Mrs. Bueller. Wake up and smell the roses. You're not dying, Ferris. He says, you're not dying. You just can't think of anything fun to do. And then he's sitting there in isms, in my opinion, are not good. A person should not believe in an ism. He should believe in himself. He's just got line after line after line. He's in the shower just saying, you're still here at the end of the movie? Go home.
Hang on.
Go home.
Stand by. Breaking news. Did you say you've never seen it?
No, I said, has Hame ever seen the movie? I can't tell.
Oh, yeah. He wants to know if you ever said it. Can't tell. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. One of the great. Oh, here we go. What are the 2 songs that he sings on the back of the...
Dankeschön, darling, dunk. Twist and shout. Twist and... Come on, baby, now.
Dankeschön
I haven't
and Twist
seen
and
it.
Shout. No, you've never seen it. Righto. Would you rather you present or your boy Lex presents 5 options for me to choose from, or 4 or 3? Would you rather?
$2 million in your account in the next 30 seconds, or an 8-foot putt for $20 million, but you have to putt left-handed.
What a great question. I'd have a crack. You know what? We're put on life on what we need to do. But we should do this even though we're bone idle, or at least I am. We should go out and each have an 8-foot putt left-handed. Right?
Yep.
See how we go.
That is great.
Can we do that?
Get a
Big
sponsor
Beard?
for it?
Yeah, we get a sponsor. Yeah.
Drum and golf. Mizuno. When you want to putt left-handed, putt with Mizuno.
Sarah Lee, 8 foot, left-handed, piece of cake. We're off and running. Here. Righto, would you rather?
8 foot putt for 20 million, just the one shot. Viagra, when you need just the one shot.
Yeah. 8 foot putt, left-handed, underworks, underpants. No, that's not working for me.
Anyway, we'll make your brand work.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Arsenal win the Premier League or the Hawks play in the grand final this year but be uncertain of the result?
Much as I love the Gunners, and Man City won 3-0 overnight, as they always pretend to do, so it's going to go down to the wire. I would rather have the Hawks in the grand final and be uncertain as to the result. But go Gunners.
Steak for the rest of your life with whatever salads, vegetables, trimmings you would like, or whiting?
This is always a bit of a mystery to me because you go overseas and you... Ding for Ross.
You're already beaten.
I'm playing catch-up footy. I'm up to 10. You're only 20 with your landline. Don't show off. You go overseas and you go to Ireland, for example. They eat a lot of fish. You go to places in the world that you eat a lot of fish, and then you come back to Australia, which is an island, right? But we don't comparatively we don't eat that much seafood, which is my long-winded way of saying I'll have the Scotch fillet, please.
Okay. Would you rather your daughter comes home engaged? Would you rather it's with a 28... I should just learn to speak better. Your daughter comes home engaged. Would you rather it's with a 28-year-old version of Tiger Woods, Roger Federer, Mick Jagger, or Ryan Gosling? And there's a couple of ladies just changing in here, and they're sort of thinking Gosling by 6 lengths, but I'm just getting that vibe.
They've come home engaged to my daughter. I'm just trying to think which is the easiest of those four to punch in the face. No brainer. Roger.
Yeah,
Even though he's called Roger. Roger.
The irony of, what are you doing tonight, Roger? I told you, have you heard Sean Penn talk about the night that the boyfriend came to pick up his daughter from home for the first time on the Graham Norton show?
No.
So the daughter says, oh, there's the doorbell. And he says to the daughter, I'll get this. I've been waiting 16 years for this exact moment. And Robin Wright Penn said, okay, just be nice, Sean. Sean goes to the door, opens the door, and there's a good-looking guy there. He goes, good evening, sir. He said, don't call me sir. Just call me Sean. That's fine. He goes, okay, sir. He says, you're going out tonight with my daughter? He said, yeah, I am. He says, I've been your age before. He said, I just want to have one rule with you. Whatever you do to my daughter tonight, I do to you when you get home.
It wouldn't be a bad bloke. Sean Penn, other than, was it a month or so again, he was at that awards ceremony and he was smoking.
Yeah, he doesn't have a great affection for rules.
It's a bit rude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Next.
Last one from T-Lex. Would you rather only be able to watch Denzel Washington movies for the rest of your life or only listen to the one band?
Oh, so I've got to pick the band. That means I can watch Equalizer 3 till the cows come home, doesn't it, eh?
Which you already do, which is very odd.
Are you threatening
also,
me?
Didn't you tell me?
Are you threatening me? I'm preparing you.
Didn't you tell me you don't watch fiction?
Sci-fi.
Oh, it's sci-fi, right? Okay.
No, I wouldn't give you two bob for it. I think, with all due respect to the great man Denzel Washington, I think I would choose to listen to the Rolling Stones for the rest of my life.
Yep, got it. Okay, that's
sure. Good call.
That's it from Lex. He got bored and went to school.
I know. Well, good. We went to school. That's a start. Good call. You appropriately giving a tribute every week to your great friend Dennis Cometti.
Here we go. Here's Macca.
His passing has had a profound effect on me. We shared a journey, and for me, that was singularly the most extraordinary I've had in partnership with anybody else in my broadcasting career. And those Friday nights, we went about it very differently. Dennis would prepare by writing copious sentences as I was jotting down numbers. We never compared notes. We didn't have a game plan, but I sort of knew when he walked through the door in the studio with that carnival knee, that ungainly gait of his, that everything would be all right. That smile of his, that ability to say a lot without really saying too much. He had such a presence. In a funny way, he calmed us all. And yet as I got to know him, I realised that he was going through exactly what I was. He would sit on my left and call mainly off the monitor. I'm too small to do that, so I had to stand and use my binoculars. And often during a piece of commentary magic from committee, he would pivot slightly to the right and look me in the eye, just to give me that look, so that I knew that he knew how darn good that was.
Very good.
Glory.
You got Bruce and Dennis on the podcast, and we don't have a sponsor.
It's just ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
I was watching Hawthorn play last Thursday night, and I was accidentally watching it on Channel 7. And I said to myself, oh good Lord, Hamish calls Thursday night footy on 7. So I was watching it, and Jack Gunston is a friend of mine, the Hawthorn forward, and a friend of yours, Hamish, I think, Jack, and a listener to this podcast. This is Jack Gunston's 6th goal last Thursday night against Freo.
So Jack Gunston to settle things down. When the moment arrives, you can back that man. Gunston has 6.
Planet, beautifully done. He's 30. He's about 48, isn't he, Jack Gunston?
34, son of Ray. Hawthorn, son of Ray, Jay Gunston, 2 votes.
Yeah, beautifully done by your brother Gil. Tell us something that you have found. I have found one. 100% found one. Found one. You are going to thank me. I was talking to Brad Hardy. And I said, I found one, Brad. And then I was speaking to John Anderson, our sports reporter, came on and said, geez, I found one. And then I said to someone else, geez, I found one. And then someone comes in and says, I found one. New show on Netflix, series, Legends.
Really?
Oh, mate. Yeah. Legends.
Get any insight into what it is?
It is based on fact. It's London, Liverpool, 1990s, where Britain is in the midst of a heroin crisis, and they decide to get customs officials, the sort of people who searched your suitcase, to see that you weren't bringing home, an illegal leg of lamb or something. They got some of them who thought they were capable of doing it to be undercover operatives to infiltrate drug importation gangs. Take it to the bank, eh? Legends.
Legends, Netflix. Okay, I'll take that. It's written down. I'll download that for the flight to Brisbane for the Cats and Lions. Linger Longer Pub, Gundy, New South Wales. I just spent the last 2 days Hunter Valley. The Linger Longer Pub, if you went to the Linger Longer Pub, you would both linger and you would stay longer than you thought. It is outstanding. Food is incredible. Locals all come from everywhere. Linger Longer Pub, Gundy, New South Wales, population of about 12. Excellent.
Would they be interested in sponsoring the podcast?
Yes. That's what I said to them. I said, listen, guys, you've obviously got a thriving trade here. Would you like to be involved in a podcast where generally degenerates just listen? So Will Deeg, mate of mine, he listens to this. He shouldn't. It's just so bad and so ridiculous to spend an hour listening to this dross. But he said, I love it. I love Ross. He said, I don't like you much, but I really like Ross.
I just realised I've looked at myself on the monitor. This shirt is Okanui, an Australian brand.
Okanui, 2 each way.
2 each way, brought to you by Okanui.
Okanui is an Australian brand, did you say?
Oh, no. Okanui. Sorry, Two Each Way, brought to you by Okanui. Don't lose your shirt.
That's as good as... Hang on, is Okanui Australian made?
Yeah, it is. Because I bought this shirt at the Okanui shop in Port Douglas, where I went before Christmas with my two youngest children.
Port Douglas. When you want to have a holiday, go to Port Douglas.
Any port in a store. And the lady in the Okanui shop in Port Douglas told me that Okanui was an Australian name. And I thought, oh, you poor thing, you don't realise that Okanui is clearly a Hawaiian name, right?
That's what I thought.
So I looked it up. Okanui comes from Oka, as in O-C-K-E-R, Nui, as in it was a new firm when it started up. And that's why, and how clever is that they call it Okanui. And it looks like a Hawaiian shirt, sounds like an Hawaiian name, but it's Oka Nui. For the discerning
I was in the Okanui shop in the main street of Byron Bay 2 weeks ago and bought another pair of Okanui cord shorts, which I've worn on the podcast, I'm sure. Yep. Mate, I'm all over Okanui. I got my first pair of Okanui, pink floral bathers when I was about 10 or 11. Yeah. Used to love them, and they're still around. Okanui, don't lose your shorts. Two Each Way, brought to you by... I love this. In fact, I'm ringing the marketing manager when I get off this phone call.
2 weeks ago, I turned $1 million on betting like the Watsons into $1.6 million. And last week, in this segment, I had $1.6 million on Fremantle to beat Hawthorn at $1.60. I now have $2.56 million. I'm going to have $2.56 million on Melbourne at $2.90 to beat Hawthorn on Saturday afternoon. That'll turn it into $7.4 million.
Unbelievably, I have the exact same bet. No. Melbourne to beat Hawks.
Wow.
Yep. $2.90 is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. The multi-lister multi. We have created the multi-lister multi off my new system, Bet Small to Win Big. Email us, twoeachway@tappedmedia.com.au. Last week's, they're getting awful close, the listeners. Last week, Swans to beat North Melbourne, yes. Crows to beat Richmond, yes. Geelong to beat Collingwood, yes. Morphettville, Nafar to run a place, yes. Gold Coast Race 8, Beedman the place, yes. Roosters to beat the Gold Coast, yes. Getting excited?
Yes.
Gold Coast v St Kilda, Saints on the line, no. Swans with a line of 10.5, no. Getting there. Let's go, I'll start and then we'll just alternate. Here it is, 10-leg multi. We're going to have $20 on it. Do you remember to have these multis and have 20 on them?
I have 1,000 every time. The only other thing is I only have the first 5 here because Big Beard only sends me a sort of rundown.
Check your email, he says. Right, I'll do them then.
Okay.
Grant says Jimmy Starr to place in the Doomben, $1.40. Ben says Swans to beat Collingwood, $1.20. Greg, Brisbane to beat Geelong, $1.44. Reminding ourselves that the price must be under $2. Ernie, Warriors to beat the Broncos, $1.69. Matt, might be Matt Tripp, Storm to beat Parramatta Eels, $1.37. Peter, Roosters to beat the Cowboys, $1.18. Jason, Flemington Race 8 to Bergerac, the place, $1.80. Sam, Hawthorn to beat Melbourne, $1.39. Stuart, Flemington Race 4, Concord Connie to win, $1.35. Jim, Sydney to beat that's been in there twice. Sydney to beat Collingwood's in there twice. So take that off. Can you do a recalculation? It'll come down only slightly, probably to about $23, $24. And
I love the fact that Ben gets the Swans to beat Collingwood at $1.20. Jim gets Swans to beat Collingwood at $1.14. Yeah, Big Beard's just making stuff up.
What's that famous song? What is it now? $22.30. At $22.30, it's now a 9-leg multi. Sorry, Jim. And we will whack up. We'll have 20 on that, and you'll whack up 440 between the 9 of you. Hard to get with a pick and shovel. If you want to be in consideration to be someone who is in the multi-leg multi, please email us now, twoeachway@tappedmedia.com.au. That is the email. That it is. You go and be the MC at wherever you are.
I know you're so interested. Thank you so much for being interested. Wanker. Two Each Way, run by a wanker. Don't lose your shorts.
Do you reckon? Hang on, here we go. I got to go. I got to go and see me do me regular skin check. Jeez, I got to go. Give me a price.
Skin checks.
Will we have a sponsor by this time next week?
You want a price?
Yep.
100 to 1, yes. $1.03, no. It's unlistable, this trash.
I think I got $1.23. That's 2 each.
Whatever your 2 is, enjoy.